Your dad sprayed fake hair from a can and called it science. We smoked candy, soda cans. They could explode in your hand. No one warned us. These weren't just toys or trends. They were time bombs sold on shelves, and we trusted every one of them. Let's look at 13 banned inventions we used every day, without a clue. Spray on hair, the bald lie millions believed. In the 70s, bald spots didn't mean defeat, they meant it was time to spray. Men, maybe your dad, tilted their heads, aimed a can, and suddenly had a full head of hair. It looked real from 5 feet away, but inside that can? Butane, propane, chemical dyes, flammable and toxic. Some even caused skin burns and lung issues. Still, millions trusted it. It was on TV, it looked like science, and it felt like hope. Today, it'd be pulled from shelves instantly. Back then, it gave men confidence, and we all just pretended not to notice. Mood rings, jewelry that lied to your emotions. In the 70s, your emotions didn't stay hidden. They changed color on your finger. Mood rings promised to read your feelings. Blue meant calm, green meant happy, and black, that meant trouble. We traded them at school, gave them as love tokens, and believed they knew us. But they didn't read emotions at all, just body heat. Warm hands? You were in love. Cold hands? You were moody. Total nonsense. But we wore them proudly. If yours turned black during math class, the whole room stared. Did yours ever turn the wrong color at the worst possible time? Candy cigarettes, the sweet treat that made kids addicts. They weren't just candy, they were rebellion. You'd pull out a box that looked just like Dad's Marlboros, strike a cool pose, and blow powdered sugar like smoke. For a moment you felt grown up. Nobody stopped you. Parents even bought them. They were sold at gas stations right next to bubblegum and baseball cards. But while we thought they were harmless fun, experts warned otherwise. They said it taught kids to crave the ritual, flick, puff, repeat. Some states eventually banned them. But in the 70s? If you lit one up after school, you weren't breaking rules. You were just being cool. Lawn darts, the backyard game that got kids killed. They looked like harmless toys, giant darts with plastic fins and metal tips. But in the 1970s, lawn darts turned backyards into war zones. Kids launched them at plastic rings, but often missed, hitting feet, legs, or worse. Over 6,000 injuries and 3 deaths led to a ban in 1988. Before that, no helmets, no warnings, just kids running through flying spikes. If you had lawn darts growing up, you probably saw one land way too close and never thought twice about it until someone got hurt. Exploding soda cans, one pop to the emergency room. In the 1970s, soda cans could explode without warning. Cheap aluminum and poor pressurization made them unstable. Leave one in a hot car or jostle it too hard, and it became a grenade. Kids would open a can and bam, soda sprayed everywhere, sometimes slicing hands with flying metal. Parents thought it was a fluke. It wasn't. Lawsuits piled up, and by the late 70s, safer designs arrived. But if you remember those days, you probably opened your soda with one eye closed, just in case. Lead-laced toys, Playtime that poisoned a generation. In the 70s, no one questioned what toys were made of. That red fire truck, painted with lead, the plastic soldier you chewed on, full of toxic dye. These weren't just unsafe, they were everywhere. Kids licked, bit, and slept with them. We thought they were harmless fun. But years later, doctors linked them to learning issues, behavior problems, even brain damage. By the time bans kicked in, the damage was done. Still got old toys in your attic? Might be time to handle them with gloves. Mr. Microphone, the toy that turned creepy fast. It was pure magic at first. You'd speak into a mic, and your voice played through the nearest car radio. Sing from the passenger seat, prank your friends, or interrupt total strangers. Teen boys loved it, especially when they'd yell to girls in traffic, "We'll be back to pick you up later." What started as a novelty turned into something weird, fast. It didn't take long before people realized broadcasting into someone else's car wasn't just annoying, it was invasive. By the early 80s, the FCC cracked down, and just like that, Mr. Microphone went silent. Spray adhesives, DIY that could kill your brain. In the 70s, fixing things meant grabbing a can of spray glue. No mask, no windows open. It stuck to anything. Fabric, foam, even your fingers. We called it strong stuff, but never questioned why it made us dizzy. Inside, a toxic cocktail of industrial solvents, toluene, heptane, now linked to brain damage and blackouts. Parents used it, kids helped, and nobody knew it was slowly cooking our nervous systems. Today, most versions are banned or plastered with skull warnings, but back then, it was just another miracle tool, quietly frying your brain. Thermite road flares, firebombs masquerading as safety gear. Back then, if your car broke down, you didn't call AAA. You lit a flare. We struck them like matches, laid them near leaking gas, oil stains, even dry grass. No one questioned it. But those safety flares burned with thermite, over 4,000 degrees. That's enough to melt steel. And kids, we played with them like lightsabers. They started brush fires, melted bumpers, even torched whole roadsides. Looking back, it's wild. We kept firebombs in the trunk, right next to the jumper cables. And yet, millions of families thought they were the safest thing in the car. Mercury thermometers, poison in every medicine cabinet. Every home had one in the drawer, a slim glass stick filled with shiny silver. Mercury. It was how you checked for fevers. But if it cracked, that silver bead wasn't harmless. Mercury is a neurotoxin. It seeps into skin, lingers in the air, and can damage the brain, especially in kids. Back then, nobody panicked. You'd just sweep it up and move on. Today, most are banned or replaced by digital versions. But if you grew up in the 70s, you probably touched poison and never even knew it. Teeter Totters, the playground ride that broke bones. In the 1970s, every playground had one, long metal beams balanced on a single hinge with no padding, no handles, and no safety standards. One wrong move, and you'd slam into the ground so hard your teeth rattled. Kids flew off, landed on their backs, or took a smack to the face when someone jumped off too soon. Broken arms weren't uncommon, but we kept riding. It was dangerous, thrilling, and totally normal. And somehow, it felt like freedom. Just wait until you hear what we used to climb on top of next. Jungle gyms, the iron web of Bruises. They looked like oversized metal spider webs, and in the 70s, every park had one. No padding underneath, just dirt or concrete. You'd climb to the top, legs shaking, hands sweaty, and if you slipped, a 6-foot drop with nothing to break your fall. Rusted bars pinched fingers. Metal burned your skin in summer. But no one complained. It was a badge of honor to survive a jungle gym without a broken tooth. Safety wasn't the point. Adventure was. Tanning reflectors, skin cancer in a foldable mirror. In the 1970s, the perfect tan was everything. We didn't just lie in the sun, we amplified it. With shiny, foldable reflectors under our chins and baby oil on our skin, we practically begged for a burn. The goal, golden bronze. The result? Blisters, peeling, and later in life, skin cancer. Dermatologists now call those reflectors cancer accelerators. But back then, they were sold in beauty aisles, marketed as sun enhancers. Nobody wore SPF. Nobody worried. We chased that glow, unaware we were slow cooking our future selves. Back then, we trusted whatever was sold to us, no questions asked. Some of it was silly, some of it was deadly, but all of it was just normal life. Which one do you remember best? Or did we miss one? Drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear your story.